So this video is intended to walk you through the major features of the course so that you can locate everything when you need them. So when you log into our Canvas course the first time, you'll see the home page. Up here to the top of the home page, you'll see the most recent announcements. You should log in and check those regularly, specifically every day. As you scroll down, you'll see my contact information, my communication and feedback policy, and how to get started in the course. And then below there, you'll see contact information on how to get in touch with the help desk if you're having trouble with STARS or Canvas or anything roads related. One thing I want to point out, I will reply to any of these methods for communication. However, my preference is for you to contact me through Canvas messages. Once you're ready to get started in the course, you want to go to Introductory Assignments. When you look at the weekly modules, this is all introductory stuff here. But when you look at the weekly modules, think of this as a to-do list for each week. Underneath, you'll see the due date. You'll also have the calendar for the whole semester, so you can look ahead. When you click on one of the lessons, once you get connected, it will make that connection with the XYZ homework, and your assignments will open up here. When you look at the intro and instructions for each of the assignments, you'll see the list of objectives, you'll see a YouTube video with my lesson, and then you'll see some notes, as they're like guided notes. As you watch the video, you can fill in the examples and work through it step by step, and then you can use those notes to help you with the assignments. When you're ready to start the actual questions, when you click on the box to answer the question, depending on the type of question it is, sometimes you'll see like a math palette come up where you can choose fractions or square roots and things like that that you might need. Underneath each question, you'll see something that says question help. Sometimes you'll see a video, sometimes you'll see a written example, and every time you'll see the message your instructor link. If you're really struggling with the particular question and you've worked on it already for a while and you can't figure it out, then you can click on Message the Instructor, and it will send a direct link to me through my email with this question, and you can put in the message, I'm really struggling with how to do this or that. Can you help me? And so then I can see exactly what you're working on because it sends me a copy of the question that you're working on. And then I can reply with different options. So if it's something easy to explain through the message, I will respond right away with that solution for you. If it's something a little bit more difficult to try to explain through messaging, then I will offer you either a quick video that shows you an explanation on how to work through the question, or I'll offer you an appointment to meet via Zoom so that we can do some one-on-one help to get you through it. Here, where it says add work, this is not something you will have to do. I just offer that to you if you want to make notes to yourself on how you've completed the question, or you want to make a note, don't forget your parentheses, or whatever it is that you want to say. So this is a way to save some notes for you for each question if you'd like to do that. Another option, if you'll see up here in the right hand corner, it will tell you that you've got 20 tries for this example, and then once you've hit that 20 tries, it will give you another version. This is another similar question where it'll just jumble up the numbers. So essentially, I don't think that you would ever hit that many times of 400 tries, but it's there if you need it. And so you can try it 20 times with this version. And then if you truly hit that maximum of 20 tries, it gives you a similar version 19 more times. Now, you can hit, sometimes I know students like to look at the answer and try to work backwards to figure it out. So I also set it up so you have this jump to answer. So if you're trying to figure out what the question's asking, you can click Jump to Answer. It will show you the answer down here. Sometimes it gives you a detailed solution, sometimes it just gives you the answer, but it will show you what to do or what the answer is, so then you can work backwards and hopefully figure it out. Now, when you use that Jump to Answer, it's going to force you to get a similar question, so you don't just put the answer that it gave you in and get credit for it. We want you to continue to practice. So then you'll have to hit Get a Similar Question and then try it again with the new knowledge that you have. Once you're done, you can click Submit Question. Now, for anything that is not a test or an exam, you can save this. Up here it will say Progress Saved, and you can click Done. It will save it so you can, work on it for a half an hour, and then maybe you have to go to work. And when you come home from work, you want to work on it again for another half an hour. It will save your work. Tests and exams, though, you have to do those in one sitting. Modules. Anytime you want to go back to the weekly modules to see what's going on, what your assignments are, then you just click Modules here. This is the assignment that you're doing right now, watching the course overview. This assignment here is basically just an assignment that will walk you through my policies and expectations for you for the course. This assignment here is getting to know me a little bit, although I think most of you I've had in class before, but if you haven't had me in class before, this is a way that you can get to know me a little bit more personally. This assignment here, self-explanatory, meet your classmates. Here's your syllabus. You click on that and a new window will open up and you'll be able to read your syllabus and all the institutional information. Here's your due dates that you can print off. It's a calendar with the entire semester of due dates listed on there. Of course, that's tentative. If something happens, we can always make adjustments to that calendar, but that's as it is set up right now. Print reference pages here. That is a kind of a packet where it has all the rules for integrals, derivatives, any review for trig functions or algebra formulas that you might need. It's basically everything you're going to need for the class kind of in one packet so that you have it together when you're working on exams or homework or whatever. It's all in one place for you. Here's our textbook. It's free online. This right here, you probably won't be interested in it, but if you are, when you click on it, it's just a way to look at how the objectives in the class line up with the sections in the textbook and what your student learning outcomes are. And then what materials you'll be using and where you're going to get graded on those topics. So if you're interested, that's how everything is connected in the course. This discussion here, I'm going to leave it open all semester. I encourage you to list questions here if you're struggling with the homework assignment or if you just have a general question about the course. If you think my answer would benefit others, it would be a good idea to put it in here so that everybody can read my answers. If it's more of a personal nature, then definitely send me a private message. So that's all the introductory assignments or things to look at. In total, looking at all of these things, it will probably take you a half an hour to 40 minutes maybe. Then from there, once you actually start the course materials, then you will see those in the weekly modules. So use these weekly modules as a to-do list. You can see when they're due underneath. Occasionally I'll have an activity in there that's thrown in for some extra practice, but typically I don't grade those activities. I have the answers posted within the worksheet. I have the answers posted within the worksheet. So use this as extra practice, but I will not be collecting this. Occasionally you'll see an animation pop up. And these are through GeoGebra. And this is basically a resource for you to use to visualize whatever it is that we're currently working on. So for those of you that are visual learners, this will be really helpful for you. Okay, last thing I want to mention. Let me find it. Oh, here we go. So when you go to take your first exam, for those of you who have had me before will understand what this is for, and you'll probably be able to fly through it pretty quick. But the exam expectations assignment is an assignment that just walks you through what I expect you to do for the exam. You will need to complete that before you take the test, so make sure that gets done. You'll also see before each chapter test, I'll have a review, which is very similar to what will be seeing on the test. And then with the test, you'll see a Dropbox. In the Dropbox, I want you to post your work for the test. The test is computerized. You're going to be using the XYZ homework system for that. However, because it is computerized and you don't get multiple attempts on a test, I want to collect that work from you so that I can assign partial credit. So when you initially take the test, it's going to mark it right or wrong, but then I'm going to use the work that I collect from you in the Dropbox for those questions to give you partial credit. And I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please post them in the discussion labeled class questions or send me a message.